Hello there, this is Daniele from Toolchefs, and in this video we're going to have a look at the new Clarisse integration. From Atoms 3.2 you can finally import Atoms caches into Clarisse, as we have created a new Atoms proxy that you can use. So to create one you can go under Create Atoms Proxy, and if you scroll down to the bottom in the attribute editor you'll find some attributes that you can use and tweak. So I'm gonna provide first a cache. And as you can see here now I have a grid of agents that was created previously in Maya using the Atoms agents. You can of course change frame, and cache will update accordingly. I'm gonna provide also a variation JSON. For this example I'm gonna use the Arnold variation. This is of course coming from the Atoms agents as well. It doesn't really matter which variation file you pick, just because we use this file for reading the variation combinations and then reading the geometries. We don't actually get the materials from these files. If you want to see the variations, of course you have to switch the draw mode to variation. And as you can see here now we have some glasses, beards, hats, different hairstyles and so on. You can of course filter agents, as you could do in any other proxy that you could use in other supported applications. You can filter meshes. You can of course provide also a cloth cache if you have one. This can be of course first or last. Blend shapes will also work if they were configured properly when exporting the meshes, and the metadata were exported within the cache. And you can of course also change the variation and type and LOD from here. So for instance, if I want to change the third agent, so it will be ID2 to a woman, I can do that. As you can see, that agent just changed. First one and so on. You can of course provide multiple values to override multiple agents. So basically this is how the proxy works. If you have also materials in the scene that are named properly, you can also use this script that we've created, which is assign Atoms proxy shading groups. Because basically assigning each one of these materials could be kind of tedious. So what I've done here, I've created a bunch of materials, and these are named because I'm going to use the skin mode. So if I go back to the proxy, depending on the draw mode that you're using, we're going to use a different kind of assignment. So for the skin mode, we're going to basically assign a shading group that have the same name as the geometry. So it will be body geo, hair tree geo, jeans geo, and you can find them in here. I've created them following the names of the geometries. Otherwise, if you are in variation mode, the materials will actually have to match not the geometry name but the material name, which is defined inside the variation table. And to see which names you need, you can try to run this script, and basically you'll see a bunch of errors in the log saying I cannot find this material, I cannot find this material, and so on. Or you can of course open, which is going to be much nicer, like you can open the variation manager into Maya or Houdini and check the material names there. So I'm going to go back to the skin mode. And then I'm gonna go Atoms. You need to have selected the proxy that you want to perform the action on. So in this case, I'm gonna have that one selected. And as you can see now, after I've run the script, here I have some materials that have been attached to my geometries. So if I go now in image view, select the image, I have my characters with some materials that I've created simply here in this scene, so they're just really solid colors, so nothing really fancy here. And this is all for this video. Thanks for watching.